ransom and all of that. SBM Intelligence came up with a report as of August of this year. We'll be looking at the economics of the kidnap industry, which states in Nigeria are most affected. How much are we talking about now in terms of ransom? And especially with this new dimension that we're seeing, that the kidnap industry has become a business. Would it now make it harder for the government to solve? There's also another issue around if the security agencies are fortified to fight this, are they doing that? Or has it now cascaded into what is more than them? Are the security agencies themselves found implicit in some of those things? You know, so those are some of the issues I will be looking at. And of course, even the most critical thing within there is that is impacting our economy, because many Nigerians do not really want to conduct businesses, even in states that are most endemic. So that's the show for you today. You can chat with us on our social media platforms. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can now actually also send your messages. But let's begin with what's in the news. Of course, the first is the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, has called for a formidable alliance among key players in government at all levels, as well as development partners in the bid to wriggle Nigerians out of poverty. Lives for all the citizens. Senator Kashima, who spoke during the 144th meeting of the National Economic Council, held at the presidential villa, suggested ways to address the immediate needs of citizens, including building sustainable systems. That empower them to become self-reliant and prosperous. The council also received the presentation on the state of nutrition in Nigeria by the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate. Abdullahi Sule, Governor of Nasarawa State, spoke on the current issues of flood and the constitution of the flood committee. Just take a listen. Let's continue. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday in Beijing, China, emphasized the importance of global collaboration in achieving shared progress and prosperity. Speaking at the opening ceremony on the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, President Tinubu highlighted the success of the China-Africa Partnership as a model for sustainable development and shared prosperity.
Celebrating the remarkable partnership between Africa and China. A bond that has not only endured, but has grown stronger since its inception in the early 50s. This relationship has transcended continents, challenges, and become a true testament to the power of mutual respect.
The 65th Annual Conference of the Nigerian bringing together experts and stakeholders to focus on Nigeria's socio-economic development. The event addressed critical issues and explored solutions to drive sustainable growth across the country.
The conference opened on Tuesday with the theme Socio-Economic Development in Nigeria, Imperatives, Implications and Impacts. It gathered government officials, economists, industry leaders, academics, and students to address Nigeria's economic challenges. Tope Fashua, Special Advisor to the President on Economic Matters, representing the Vice President who was to represent the President, discussed the nation's progress.
Nigeria is actually growing, and rapidly too. The informal sector is large and often takes on a life of its own. Many of our cities have transformed in the past 1 or 2 decades. People are taking their own initiatives. Nigeria has a large economic sector. 39 million companies are registered by the SMEDAN. Out of a global figure of 132 million, it could be said that 12 SMEs in this world are in Nigeria, depending on what you believe.
Additionally, Vitalis Obi, Permanent Secretary, representing the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, emphasized essential policies for economic
stability. Our efforts
stability.
in these areas have been critical in mitigating the adverse effects of these challenges, but continuous attention to make stability and foster inclusive growth. As we work towards enhancing social safety nets and promoting value chain development, a central component of our socio-economic framework is the significant reduction of poverty and ensuring food security. Our ambition is to achieve self-sufficiency in essential staples like rice and maize by 2025.
Professor Adeola Adenikinju, President of Nigerian Economic Society, presented NES recommendations on economic and policy issues in Nigeria.
On food security, we think that we need to modernize agriculture like Indonesia and India did, provide access to technology inputs and irrigation. We need to prioritize agro-allied industry so that there solve these leakages across those various value chains, improve security in farming communities, invest in modern storage facilities. Again, the post-harvest loss is extremely very high in Nigeria. Then that we should leverage interagricultural and local governments need to work together in order to ensure that we have, harmonized integrated policy.
Taiwo Oyedele, Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal and Tax Reforms, also shared insights into the committee's efforts.
So we've recommended all of these taxes to be reduced to 8 across all 3. Very confident that if properly implemented, this will help us greatly. We've had reforms around withholding tax. We've recommended a number of executive orders. Some of it leaked to the public. Some of it haven't leaked. Some have been implemented. We have drafted brand new laws for all our major taxes. We said, why should we be amending them? Because we inherited some of these from our colonial masters. Just read the context and it's not fit for purpose anymore. We're not lazy people, so we say, you know what? Assuming we have a brand new country called Nigeria, what should our tax laws look like? So we've drafted over 10 changes to the National Assembly to amend the Constitution, including budgetary reforms. We think the way we do budget today is not helpful.
The Nigerian government's NG Cares COVID-19 Action Recovery and Economic Stimulus Program, in collaboration with the World Bank, has been implemented through 158 integrated ministries, departments, agents, and agencies of all 36 states governments and FCT administration, and has been supporting vulnerable MSMEs across the country. As part of its implementation, the Federal Capital Territory Administration has been actively involved in disbursing grants and providing training to beneficiary reps.
Held at the Abuja Enterprise Agency Auditorium marks the beginning of the disbursement and training phase for beneficiary firms. The event also marked the onboarding of over 50,000 MSMEs on the World Bank FCT Cares portal. Ajayi Rotimi, representing the Federal Capital Territory Administration, emphasized the significant benefits of this program to the country, highlighting its impact on areas such as entrepreneurship and security.
Going to contribute to the economy of Nigeria, you are empowering people. This is a renewed hope agenda. You are giving people hope that they can do something with their hand. Like those two they gave the mechanic. You see now people will start looking for how to discover the fault in the vehicle. But with this thing now, you just plug it and the thing will come up and inform you of the problem with the car. So it is an initiative, it will help the country, even in the area of security, because we are giving job to people.
The effort of this program is to train enumerators on the use of applications and the objectives of the FCT Cares project across all 6 area councils. Chudi Ezegwe, Managing Director and CEO Abuja Enterprise Agency, underscored how this program will help entrepreneurs in the FCT to position their businesses for greater profit.
Certainly is a program that is designed and intended MSMEs overcome the negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which was actually not a very interesting experience for entrepreneurs and their businesses. So this particular program will in no little way enhance the capability and the ability of MSMEs operating in the Federal Capital Territory to position their businesses not just for profitability but also for sustainability. So indeed, it's a very good program that has come at the right time for the benefit of all entrepreneurs and businesses in the FCT.
Beneficiaries of this program express gratitude,
and it will give me, in fact, it will give me a very good reasoning.
All right, welcome back to the program. Now, let's get started with the economics of kidnap industry first before we move into my guest is joining me now. Ifeyinwa Antoinette Onyekwelisu is a security analyst at SBM Intelligence.